guys, I'm off. I said goodbye to Austin, and I am no longer in Austin, and pretty soon here I will be no longer in Texas. Of course, by pretty soon I mean like tomorrow, because Texas is really big. Dripping Springs! It's the first town outside of Austin. We made it. So it's like we're basically in Portland.
Come to see if you're back, but still aligned at your sheets, or blowing glass on the corners of your bed. But you've got too much to wear on your sleeves. It's too much to do with me, and secretly I want to bury in the yard the grey remains of a friendship scar.
That first night I couch surfed in El Paso, Texas, and I stayed with a couch surfer person who had I think, over 200 couch surfers. And he had this whole book where people left him notes and stuff. So I left my own little note, and it was a picture of his cat.
So I'm still here in El Paso, Texas. As you can see, I am at a water park. Hooray! I'm not actually going to the water park though. I just came here with to drop off the 2 other couch surfers that I met from Germany, so they could have fun at the water park today. And now I'm gonna continue on my way to Tucson. So off we go.
Why not put all the doubts behind us? Now we've got Brooklyn at its finest.
Dust storms may exist.
Full moon, it doesn't hurt, and perfect fireworks. I hope we both remember this.
I think I have to go through like Border Patrol or something because I'm so close to the Mexico border. Scary police, Border Patrol people, they wear like dark green, I think. He was actually really nice. He was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Tucson." And he's like, "Where are you coming from?" And I was like, "Austin." "What's your final destination?" "Portland." And he's like, "Wow, that's a really long way to drive by yourself." And I was like, "Yes, sir, yes it is. Thank you for not asking for my ID because I couldn't find it right then." Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much rain in this desert. Desert is failing at being a desert right now because there's so much rain. I realized why I feel guilty right now when I was driving through that thing, or like I was gonna get in trouble, is because let's look at this place here. I feel like I'm in Breaking Bad. So I guess I'm just really lucky that he didn't discover all the meth I have in my trunk. Yeah, could have been bad.
After driving for a while, I decided to pull over so that I could see the saguaro cactuses up close. So it was really cool. There's these really big ones with lots of arms, and these guys which had a really cool hair, and of course my favorite, the ocotillo. So yeah, and then you got your garden variety everyday cactus that grows in your Texan backyard, which somehow these cows had figured out how to eat. The people I stayed with in Tucson were really great. They had this big garden out back and got to learn about a new gardening technique. They also had a whole bunch of chickens, and most importantly, they had this guy who was so adorable, and I could just play with his ears for hours.
Living on the side of the road, eating cows. And shooting a cow.
Found a little old wagon, broken down, broken down, broken down. A little old wagon, broken down, all around this world. So I fixed it up as best I could, as best I could, as best I could. I fixed it up as best I could, all around this world. Now there's little old wagons painted red, all painted red. There's little old wagons painted red.
The next night I stayed near Los Angeles at a friend of mine's wonderful, gigantic, beautiful mansion. There was palm trees and fruit trees and fish everywhere and this pool, which I jumped into right away. For dinner that night, I just picked a lot of fruit and ate it because why not? It was there. The next day of driving was a lot longer than the other ones had been, but it was absolutely beautiful. I went up to this mountain pass first before I went down the hill and got onto Highway 1.
I haven't even, I'm on Highway 1 right now. I haven't even gotten to the coast just because I'm kind of taking a shortcut because I have to get all the way to San Francisco by today. But it's so beautiful. Everything is just so pretty. Gosh. Yep. Yep, California is my favorite. Hands down.
Almost as soon as I made it to the coast, I saw a sign that made me want to stop right away.
Let's go view some elephant seals.
There were hundreds of them just lying on the beach, looked like giant banana slugs. They were crawling around and they were even fighting each other in the water. On the way back to the car, I saw a snake crossing the road. From there, I continued up Highway 1 all the way to San Francisco.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be served like California. You'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy blonde hair, serving USA. You'll catch them surfing at Ventura County line, Santa Cruz and Australia's Caribbean, all over Manhattan, and down Doheny Way. Everybody's gone surfing, serving USA.
Golden Gate Bridge, extremely heavy traffic, yay!
I was exhausted by the time I stopped that night, but it was great because I arrived to a wonderful friend and a wonderful meal and a wonderful house and a wonderful cat. The best part about stopping here though was that I got a huge surprise that sort of sidetracked me for about a week while I was on my trip.
Okay, so Nani, tell everybody what we're doing right now.
So right now we are going... We're going to Point Reyes for the first Californian summit ever!
It's so cool! Okay,
so
wait,
excited.
And tell them how I ended up here.
So Bethany was going in a field trip. Just imagine Bethany being this cartoon with a hat. And she was driving her car, and then she was making many stops, and she met so many good people. And then she ended up stopping in California, Northern California, in our friend's Kathy's house. And guess what? The crew from the Amala Foundation was staying there too!
Whoa! Awesome!
And then all of that happened, and then when Ryan and Linda were living and Bethany was coming, they asked her, do you want to go to the summit? And Bethany said, yeah. So that's how random life is, and she's now we are now on our way to Point Reyes to go see them.
Yep, so now we're on our way to the very first ever California Global Youth Peace Summit, and I'm wearing my captain's hat, so thank you AmeriCorps people for that. And we're just continuing up Highway 1 forever.
Before the summit started, me and Nani decided to do a little bit of our own sightseeing. We traveled around Point Reyes for a little bit, and we went on some short hikes, and we visited a lighthouse, which was really neat.
I am at a lighthouse right now, and it is very windy. Very windy indeed.
And soon it was time for the summit to begin.
What have you just encountered here, Savannah?
So it's this large slug. It's called a banana slug. And it's pretty gross, but I guess there's beauty in that.
Let's go find it.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. But look how big it is compared to my hand.
Say with me. Zindagi ab tum nahi ho.
Sing a tune to Okay, it means you're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one in my life.
Aww.
Like this mean like I'm say you are my life. You are my.
How do you say you're my life?
Zindagi.
Zindagi.
Aap mera zindagi hai.
Ab mera zindagi.
Amna.
No, aap.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Here's what you need. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Here's what you need.
Daytime activities.
For daytime activities.
For daytime activities.
For daytime activities. Sunscreen, sunscreen. With a spotlight on your nose. Sun hat with rain. And a warm hat, it's cold. 3 layers on top. Short sleeve shirt, long sleeve shirt, and a warm jacket. Appropriate footwear. No flip flops, no hot sauce, no flip flops, no hot sauce, no flip flops, no hot sauce, no flip flops, no hot sauce. And an inhaler, if you have one, 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 if you have one. Praise, cuatro, full water bottle, hey pack, full water bottle, hey pack, full water bottle, hey pack, full water bottle, hey pack. To the beat.
For evening activities.
For evening activities.
For evening activities.
For evening activities.
Warm hat.
Warm jacket, long pants, closed shoes, no sandals, flashlight, no water bottle, EpiPen and inhaler. If you have one, 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 if you have one. 2, 3, 4. Turn up, turn her down.
It was a bittersweet moment when it was time to leave camp, but I had a lot to look forward to.
I fell in love last year. It's not a thing I do a lot. Pack up all my lonely habits and give it all I got. And when the winter came, I thought I would be different, but I'm not. I'm just the same old sorry kettle calling blackest pot. You gotta watch it all change.
I stopped in the redwood forest at a place called Avenue of the Giants. I was really, really amazed by how gigantic these trees were since I'd never seen them before. The drive that day was the longest drive that I had been on my entire trip. I think I was kind of delusional towards the end of it, but it was worth it to be able to stop and look at those huge trees. I even met a couple that took a little video of me, which was the first time somebody else had videoed me that time.
I need to take a picture of my email.
You are more than welcome.
Finally, I began to see the signs pointing the way to Portland.
I'm in Portland. I made it. I'm here at a tree arboretum place. There's just lots of trees, and so why not? But I made it. I'm here in Portland, and it's beautiful. So, since you're the last part of my road trip, Ben, I figured I'd surprise and film you.
I appreciate that. I think I'm a pretty good destination.
I think you are too.
Maybe even the final destination for all you Smash Brother fans.
Oh, great.
Or hopefully not final destination for all you horror movie fans. Have you seen Final Destination?
No.
It's this cool story. The picture is about this woman gets like a psychic idea that like there's going to be a crash and the plane she's going on. So she's like, "Whoa, hey dogs, chill for a second. We got to get off the plane because we about to die." And 12 folks are like, "Shit, that sounds scary." The rest are like, "Shut up, gee, I'm chilling." And the 12 get off and the plane actually does crash. And the idea of Final Destination is that you can't ever escape death. So the 12 keep dying in very, very bizarre ways.
Oh, sounds like a fun movie.
What's really unique about it is that they never quite die in the way that's building up to.
Oh, really?
It's like there could be somebody who's like...
Like they're talking about shark-infested waters and then they get run over by a speedboat.
Bingo. Exactly. Exactly. Which is a good analogy. That'd be a good idea for them to do. But they don't do that.
Oh, well, I mean, it would though.
You would. I hope you, well, I mean, I hope you wouldn't be run over by a speedboat. Maybe run over by a vid, but only when you motorboats.
Whoa!
Oh, good on the video!
Inappropriate video material.
Maybe it won't come to your parents.
Are you glad to have me here? Because I'm very
adore-
glad to be here.
I adore having you here. Want to know what I got from you today? This. You know what this is? This is the remains of a black bear that you killed. I don't know if you were there for that.
I said blackberries.
Whoa, what do you think blackberries come from? Black bear remains. Obviously. You left to go on the phone. You came back with black bear remains. They're called blackberries. Nature 101.
And so I came to the end of this journey and a beginning of a new one. It was such an amazing time, and I would not have traded this experience for the world. So thanks for coming with me.